How are y'all?
How are you?
Good, good. My name's Chris Perry. I am so excited that you guys came to this class. It's funny, just in looking at Miss Wonderful back there. My wife and I actually went to Grace in 2008. We graduated. So it's cool being able to come back and talk to you guys. So I want y'all to talk back to me. Don't bite or anything. I'm trying to be a little cool sometimes, even though my wife may say I'm not. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming to this one about entrepreneurship and stepping out on faith. All right, so by show of hands, anybody here think that you guys want to be entrepreneurs or own your own business or anything like that? All right, cool. Cool. Keep your hands raised. Keep your hands raised. Awesome. So I'm gonna call on each of you guys. I want your name and what you think your business is gonna be. So I'll start right here.
Hi, I'm Julian, and I'm with some sort of law.
Okay. I like how you projected your voice too. I like that.
Yeah, I'm dealing with meningitis right now.
Okay. That can help you feel better. Okay,
Thank
some
you.
sort of law, Julian. Okay, who else had their hand raised? Okay.
My own investment company,
Okay, what kind of investment you want to do?
like stocks and things like that.
Okay, what's your name?
Remote, bro.
Who else?
I'm client, alright, like, flip houses.
All right, I like that. I like that. I'm in real estate myself. Okay.
Medical business,
Okay. What's your name?
Tamara.
Okay, medical business. All right. Who else had their hand raised for businesses? Anybody else? All right. I like how the businesses are diverse in here. So, a little bit of background about me. Again, my name is Chris. I am a full-time entrepreneur. I'm a full-time real estate agent. So, if you guys see any of the like $1 million listing, house hunters, those kinds of things, that's what I do. I'm paid to help my clients buy, sell, and invest in real estate, both commercial and residential. So it's a pretty fun career. Has its ups and downs, but it's a really fun career. I went to Grace Brethren, actually met my wife sitting right there. She's on the recording. I met her at Grace, went here, graduated in 2008, so I'm a little old, guys. I'm like Mr. Savage back there. We a little old. We're about to be 30. I think you're already 30. But graduated from Grace, went to Morgan State University, graduated in 2012 with a business degree. Went right out of college, started working for the federal government, which was pretty cool. Did it for about 4 years, and then after that I quit the federal government to do real estate full-time about 4 years ago. So I've been a full-time real estate agent ever since then, which I love. I get to make my own schedule. I make my own schedule. I get to, decide how much money I want to make, which I love. And it's just kind of an out-of-the-box kind of thing to do, which I really, really enjoy. But it's funny how things just kind of come full circle, because I remember sitting in Spiritual Emphasis Day, just like you guys, like 12 years ago. That's crazy. I remember being just like you guys. So, have a question for you guys though, because it's about entrepreneurship and stepping out on faith. So, what's you guys' definition of faith? So, if I ask you, what's faith to you guys? What would you say? Anybody shout some stuff out?
Believing in something you can't see.
Believing in something you can't see. I like that. Anybody else? Faith. What's faith to you guys? Anybody else? Trust. That's actually a really good one too. So believing in what you can't see and trust. Anybody else? Faith. Okay. So can somebody read something for me? It is Hebrews 11:1. The New King James Version. Anybody got it? Can you read it for me? Get up and make y'all like run around or something.
She's pulling it up.
Hebrews 11:1.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Perfect. So faith, guys, just in being an entrepreneur, specifically in being an entrepreneur, faith is everything. Because of my career path, I don't have any kind of guarantee of income. So if I don't sell houses, I don't make money. My wife here, you know, she can't buy the nice things that she likes, and we have a 2-year-old son too, so they depend on me to get out there and sell houses every day. And faith to me is believing that God will continue to bring business in, which he has done for the past 6 years I've been a real estate agent. So faith is a big thing, guys, and it's not too early to really start digging in and learning about faith. I mean, faith has carried me from Grace Brethren all the way up to my 29 years of living now. So faith is a big, big thing, guys. Stepping out in faith, I like the title because Mr. Savage, I think, actually came up with the title for me, and he sent it to me, and I loved it because stepping out on faith is a big thing for me in my life because, like I said, I used to work for the federal government. It was a very safe job. I made really good money, but it didn't really bring me the fulfillment that I wanted in life. So I stepped out on faith and decided to do this full time. And it's the best decision I've ever made because I get to really do something that I feel like is making impact in people's lives. And just kind of like you were saying, flipping houses, that's something that I'm getting into as well too. But because I stepped out in faith in real estate and learning the back end of real estate, now I know how to flip houses, I know how to make money all these different ways. It's something that because God put that in my heart to actually go after, now I can actually make the kind of money that I want to make. So most people are looking like, okay, I know that's your story, but what does that have to do with me, right? I'm sure most of you guys are probably thinking that. So what is it outside of just being an entrepreneur? Like, what do you guys actually want to do? Like, it doesn't have to be a business owner, but what have you guys started thinking about what you want to actually do with your lives? Like, just yell it out to me, like, what you guys want to do.
Illustrating.
Illustrating, nice, like books and stuff. Okay, that's wow. Okay, anybody else? What you guys want to do?
Online personality.
Okay, so like TikTok and YouTube. Okay, I'm a YouTuber too. Okay, have you started already? Okay, what's stopping you from starting?
Making a dollar clip for this year.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, YouTube is big. That's a business. So you're an entrepreneur too. That's awesome. Anybody else? What else you guys want to do?
Architectural engineering.
Nice. Okay. Is that what you're going to go to college for? Okay. Very nice. That's
Healthcare law.
healthcare law. Okay. So you want to reform change in healthcare.
I like to defend people who like, they don't have healthcare or like to have business and get their own.
Nice. Okay. Nice. I like that. Anybody else? What else you guys want to do? Talk back to me, guys. What else?
Aerospace engineering.
What's that?
Aerospace engineering.
Aerospace. So the funny thing is, when I was with the government, you would be the person I'd be recruiting. I used to hire aerospace engineers, so weapons engineers. So not to go too much into it, but you would be the one that I would be hiring. So I can actually talk to you afterwards. That's a great field to go into. I'm glad you said that. Anybody else? What's that?
Military.
Military. Which branch?
Navy.
The Navy. There you go. I used to work for the Navy. Okay, I like that. What else, guys? Anybody else started thinking about what you want to do with your life? I love how it's diverse about aerospace engineers, flipping houses, healthcare law. Like, this is awesome. I wish I never really thought about what I wanted to do. I just know I wanted a job and I wanted to make money, but you guys are, wow. So again, just in talking about stepping out on faith, right? So I think that even with the jobs that you guys want to do, it's still kind of stepping out on faith, guys, because you have to have faith to actually do the things like aerospace engineering, flipping houses, healthcare law, all those things that you guys want to do requires faith too. And, you know, specifically when it comes to being an entrepreneur, in my opinion, there's 5 steps to knowing what God has actually called you guys to. So the first step is to actually talk to God about it. I think that it probably sounds common sense, but a lot of people don't do that, Christians included. Like, we don't include God with what we actually want to do with our lives. And if I didn't include God with what I want to do with my life, I probably would still be working for the government and not doing what God has called me to do. So it's not a big, like, I pray to God like he's my friend, because he is. He calls you guys his friends. So a big part of actually knowing what you want to do with your life is actually talking to God about it in prayer. And one thing that I definitely want to stress is God may not audibly tell you like what it is you're supposed to be doing. Like sometimes for me, it was a feeling. Like I knew I liked looking at houses. I knew I liked making money. I knew I liked impacting people's lives. It sounded like a win-win, so let me try it. I tried it, I sold my first house, and it was what I wanted to do with my life. Everything else was a byproduct of that, but it was a passion that God had put in me, and a lot of times God will put passions in you guys, whether it's sports or healthcare or flipping houses, it doesn't matter. Whatever God puts in you, the passion, that's probably a good indication of that's what you should go after. So just in talking to him, like that's a big thing. Include God in it, because when you do, you're guaranteed to win with whatever you do. The second thing is to write out, and I got another scripture. I'll actually read this scripture. You got to write out the vision, and in this case, because we're talking about entrepreneurship, you want to make a business plan, right? So the verse that I'm actually, in case you guys want to write it down, is Habakkuk 2:1, and I'll read it just for time's sake. All right. I will stand my watch and set myself on the rampart and watch to see what he will say to me, and what I will answer when I'm corrected. Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak and it will not lie. So that may not mean anything to you guys yet, but it will, especially like after high school and things like that. If you guys want to do anything great in life, like listen to me, you got to write it down. Like it's important to write those things down. Anybody with that verse, anybody know why you should write things down? Like why having it in front of you is important? Anybody?
As a motivator.
There you go. That's good. Anybody else? Why should you write what you want to actually do down and keep it in front of you? Motivator, I like that.
Sometimes you forget.
Sometimes you forget.
He sets a goal.
That's a goal.
Say it.
Daily reminder. Anybody else?
To make sure you have the right plan to
Mhm.
succeed.
There you go. I like all of you guys' answers I think are correct. So anybody driving here? Anybody got their driver's license? They got one driver's license. Do you ever just, question for you. You drive to school?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I have a permit, so yes.
Okay.
I know myself.
Got you. Okay. So do you ever just jump in the car and just start driving and not know where you're going?
Yes, because then my person tells me where to go.
Got you. But no one tells you where to go.
Oh, no.
There you go. Same as life. I see too many people, and I'm glad that we're talking to you guys in high school about this, because honestly, I wish somebody, and I'm sure you probably say the same, like I wish somebody would talk to me about this in high school, because I would be further along than I am. But you gotta know in life where you actually wanna go, because I'm a driver, my wife's a driver, Mr. Savage, Mrs. Hornicle, we're all drivers. We never just jump in the car and not know where we're going, just start driving, because who knows where we're gonna end up. Same as with our lives. I see too many people that just are existing in life and not living. And if you aren't including God in what you're supposed to be doing with your life, guys, you are existing, you're not living. I have such a sense of fulfillment every day. Like when I was working for the government, I used to hate Sunday, and you guys make me like this with school. I used to hate Sunday nights, because I'm like, I gotta go back to work on Monday. Oh my gosh, I'm sure you guys, I was like that with school. I was like, I gotta go to school on Monday. I don't wanna be there. I hate it. I look, and my wife can attest to this. I enjoy like Mondays. Mondays are great for me, because I get to do what I work every day, honestly. It's a 7-day-a-week job, but I enjoy what I do. She has to tell me to stop working half the time, because I literally enjoy what I do. And if you're not doing that, guys, you're not really living, you guys are existing. And I know this doesn't, again, it doesn't mean that much to you now because you're in high school. But when you guys get out of high school, this is important, guys. I don't ever want any of you guys to be like so many people that I used to work with that were miserable every day. Hated coming into work every day. That's not living. That's not living. And I don't want any of you guys to be that, because I like how big of goals and dreams you guys have, and each of one of you guys can achieve those, plus more. For me, any Kobe fans in here? There you go, Mamba mentality, right? So the thing that stood out to me about Kobe, and this is going into my next point, focus. I actually got a Mamba mentality canvas made, and it's actually about to get put up in my office at home. But it's talked about Mamba mentality, and Mamba mentality is like focus, right? Kobe, what made Kobe so great was that he was probably the most focused person I'd ever seen outside of like Michael Jordan. But all of these great athletes, and I'm talking about athletes right now, but all of them focused on a singular thing, which was being great. And each and every one of you guys is great in here. None of you guys are average, so get that out your mind. None of you guys were by mistake. I don't care what anybody has told you guys. God has you here today for a purpose that's bigger than you. So I don't care what anybody's told you guys. You guys are great. But there are some prerequisites to that greatness. Focus is a big thing. So that's why, for me, I had to get Mamba mentality put on my wall, because I'm like, I gotta be reminded every day to focus. And what you focus on expands. And that's why God told, going back to that verse, that's why God told us to write it down. Because what you focus on expands. And I'll actually show you guys you won't really be able to see it, but I focus on the things that are most important to me. So my son, he's a 2-year-old. He's my background on my phone, but I actually have, you guys may not be able to see it, but it's this house that I want, that's similar, that I want for our family eventually. And I'm gonna get it because I focus on it. What you focus on expands. What you guys keep in front of you, what you let into you guys, it expands. So if you let all negative things into you guys, people talking negative to you, you looking and reading and listening to the wrong things, that's what's gonna expand. That's what's gonna come out. If you feed yourselves the right things, like the right kind of music, the right kind of podcast, and I'm not knocking, like, I listen to secular music too. So I'm not that person, I do that too, but you gotta feed yourselves positivity. You gotta focus on what it is that you guys actually wanna do. If you wanna be a professional athlete, you gotta focus on whatever sport that is. You wanna be in the military, you need to know about the Navy. You wanna flip houses, start learning now. Because who says that you can't be 18 and be a millionaire flipping houses? It's doable. You want to do medical law? Start looking it up now. Start learning about it now. It's never too early. I wish I would have started doing the research and the back work at 18. I'm 29 and I feel like I'm still trying to catch up. I mean, I feel like I'm somewhat far in life, but I'm still trying to catch up, guys. And you guys have an advantage called the internet. You guys got an advantage over me, because you guys have what I wish, and I'm gonna just kind of take a step back. I know you remember this too. When we were in high school, MySpace was big. Have you guys ever been on MySpace? We're that old, man. I remember senior year, and I think you may have graduated, but senior year, Facebook was big. And it was like, man, if you had 1,000 friends on Facebook, you were popping. And now it's like, Facebook is dead for you guys' generation. What you guys on now? TikTok? Instagram? Okay. And I remember Instagram came out, we were seniors in college when Instagram came out. So you guys have an advantage. Even like you said you wanted to do YouTube. Like, that's a huge business right now. Go after that. Seriously. I don't know why I heard that, but go after that. Because that's a huge business. You can be big in that, man. And there are plenty of, and I don't know why God wants me to say this to you directly. There are plenty of opportunities out there for YouTube, for you. Go after that. I don't know why I was kind of led to say that, but so go after it, guys, and focus on what it is that you actually want. The fifth thing, and I think the biggest thing, is do the work, guys. I think too often we as Christians, I know I'm speaking from a Christian perspective, because we do go to church and things like that. We as Christians, we focus on faith, but we don't focus on the work. There's a whole lot of work that's going to be involved in you guys being great. I hope you guys are ready, because there's going to be some highs and there's going to be some lows in life in general, but especially if you guys want to do something great. But the great thing is, God's with you guys. And if God's put that passion in you guys, God will be there with you. God will help you guys get there. And I don't ever want to sugarcoat this, because I think a lot of times people think that being a real estate agent is really easy, and it's a whole lot of fun all the time, but it's definitely not. It's a whole lot of work, and it's not always fun. But it's worth it. And that's with whatever you guys want to do. It's a whole lot of work, some bad times that's going to come too, unfortunately, but it's worth it. It's worth going through that. And I wrote down hustle because that's something that I look at every day. I'm like, I gotta hustle, I gotta get out there, I gotta get it, because I have a family depending on me. You guys, of course, don't have that, but I have a family depending on me, so I can't take a day off. And I do the work, and that's what I want you guys to do too. So, I mean, those 5 things, and I'll recap them for you guys. If you first talk to God, number 1, that's the most important thing. That's the prerequisite to getting to that goal and those dreams that you guys have. Write it down, make the vision plain so you keep it in front of you, you focus, and also too, I missed one too. You guys all have friends in here, right? I know that's a weird question, but serious question. You guys all have friends in here, right? That you're like, it's my homie, I talk to them, they're like family to me. You guys all have good friends in here, right? Okay, do you guys feel like you have good friends? Or like bad friends? Most of you guys feel like you guys have good friends?
It depends.
It depends. Tell me about that, what you mean?
So it's like sometimes what I would do for my friends, I don't always feel they would do the same for me.
Okay, that's good. Do you feel like those are the right people to have around them?
You know,
Okay. You getting better friends now? Okay. I like your honesty. Honestly, I do. Anybody else? Good friends, bad friends? How you feel like you guys, how would you rate you guys as friends right now? Hey. It's a 7.5 out of 10. Okay. Hey. Nobody got 10 friends? Nobody feel like they love you?
I am the 10th friend.
Okay. You are the, how are your friends then? You feel like they're 10 to you too?
No. I put out a lot into my friendships,
Gotcha.
and I barely get half that. But I'm such a good friend that I still stick with those friends no matter what.
Okay. You think that's fair to you?
It's not.
Okay. So there's a reason that I asked that, guys. I don't know any of you guys personally, but I can guarantee you, if you gave me a day to really be with 5 of your closest friends, I can tell everything about you guys just from your friends. It is important to keep the right people around you guys. It's funny, we had a big group of friends back in Grace Brethren. Both my wife and I, we started as friends, and we had a pretty big group of